Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Wednesday, August 10th, 2022. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's Major League Baseball and WNBA games, look ahead to today's games in each sport. Tonight is the MLS All-Star Game, so we'll talk about that. Little League World Series will get you caught up with some of these regional tournaments coming to a close. We have the Northern Trust to preview and predict, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start with Major League Baseball. We will go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today's game. So, your typical open to a summer podcast. Royals over the White Sox 4-2 in doubleheader game 1. KC is 45-65. Chicago 55-54. Phils over the Marlins 4-1. Phils 61-48. Miami 49-60. Orioles over the Blue Jays 6-5. Orioles 58-52. Toronto 60-50. So Toronto's falling off a little bit. Braves over the Red Sox 9-7-11. Atlanta 65-46. Boston 54-57. Mets over the Reds 6-2. The Mets 72-39. Cincy 44-65. Guardians over the Tigers 5-2. The Guardians 43-68. Cleveland 57-52. White Sox over the Royals 3-2. In game 2 of the doubleheader, Chicago 56-54. KC 45-66. Nationals over the Cubs 6-5. Nats 37-75. Chicago 44-65. Brewers over the Rays 5-3. Brewers 59-50. Tampa 58-51. Astros over the Rangers 7-5. Astros 71-40. Texas 48-61. Rockies over the Cardinals 16-5. So best bet will lose when Rockies do it by themselves. Colorado 49-63. St. Louis 16-49. Angels over the Athletics 5-1. Angels 48-63. Oakland 41-70. Diamondbacks over the Pirates 6-4. Diamondbacks 50-59. Pirates 44-66. Padres over the Giants 7-4. Padres 62-51. San Francisco 54-56. Dodgers over the Twins 10-3. Dodgers 76-33. Minnesota 57-52. And the Mariners over the Yankees 1-0 in 13 on a walk-off single by Luis Torrens. Seattle 16-52. Yankees 71-40. All right, now we look ahead to today's games. At 1 o'clock, you have the Reds at the Mets. You have TJ Zook making his Reds debut against Taijuan Walker. You would think Walker is going to bounce back here. The Mets are minus 320. The Reds are plus 260. Over under 8.5. Over is minus 122. Under is even money. Reds plus 1.5 is plus 128. Mets minus 1.5 is minus 154. For this game, I'm going to go with the Mets first half run line minus 1.5 at minus 115. 2 o'clock, you have the Rays at the Brewers. Jeffrey Springs and Brandon Woodruff. Milwaukee minus 164. Tampa plus 138. Over under 7.5. Over is plus 102. Under is minus 124. Rays plus 1.5 is minus 162. Brewers minus 1.5 is plus 134. I like the over 7.5 at plus 102. Woodruff hasn't been Woodruff from last year. And I don't trust the bullpens as entirely. 220 Nats Cubs. Josiah Gray and Justin Steele. The Cubs are minus 196. The Nats are plus 164. Over under 7.5. Over is minus 114. Under is minus 108. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 128. Cubs minus 1.5 is plus 106. I'm going with the over. 3:30 Athletics hosting the Angels. Toki Toussaint and Paul Blackburn. Oakland minus 136. Angels plus 116. Over under 7.5. Minus 110 each way. Angels plus 1.5 is minus 96. Oakland minus 1.5 is plus 162. Over. No brainer. 4 o'clock, Yankees Mariners. Nestor Cortez and Robbie Ray. Great pitching matchup. Yanks minus 138. Mariners plus 118. Over under 7. Over is minus 120. Under is minus 102. Yankees minus 1.5 is plus 126. Mariners plus 1.5 is minus 152. For this game, I'm going to go first half result Yankees plus 105. The Yankees offense always plays well when Cortez pitches. And Cortez has been pitching great after many people are still having doubts of him. Giants Padres. Jacob Junis and Sean Manaea. Padres minus 168. Giants plus 142. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 120. Overs minus 102. Giants plus 1.5 is minus 142. Padres minus 1.5 is plus 118. I'm going with the Giants plus 142. That's a good number. 46.6 according to ESPN Analytics. 7 o'clock, you have the Marlins at the Phillies. Sandy Alcantara and Noah Syndergaard. Phils minus 130, Marlins plus 110, over under 7, overs minus 122, unders even money. Marlins plus 1.5 is minus 94, Phillies minus 1.5 is plus 160. This is my favorite underdog on the board, giving Miami plus 110. Alcantara shouldn't be an underdog against anybody that's not the Dodgers, the Yankees, or the Astros, or even the Mets. Blue Jays, Orioles. Jose Barrios and Dean Kremer. Blue Jays minus 140, Orioles plus 120, over under 8.5, overs minus 132, unders even money. Blue Jays minus 1.5 is plus 110, Orioles plus 1.5 is minus 132. I can't predict an Orioles sweep. I just can't. I want to do it, but I don't have the balls to do it. I'm going to go instead over 4.5 runs first half, minus 115. Braves, Red Sox from Fenway, Kyle Wright and Nick Pivetta. Braves minus 142, Red Sox plus 120, over under 9.5, overs even money, unders minus 122. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 108. Red Sox plus 1.5 is minus 130. Nick Pivetta stinks. Give me the over. Guardians, Tigers. Aaron Savali and Drew Hutchinson. Guardians minus 180, Tigers plus 152, over under 8, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Guardians minus 1.5 is minus 106. Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 113. I'm taking the Tigers straight up. 52% according to ESPN Analytics. Aaron Savali's been terrible. Tigers are plus 152, so give me the Tigers. You have the White Sox at the Royals at 8. Johnny Cueto and Chris Bubic. White Sox minus 142. Royals plus 120, over under 8.5. Overs minus 122, unders even money. White Sox minus 1.5 is plus 114. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 137. For this one, I'm going to take the first half over 4.5 at minus 108. Chris Bubic just stinks. Rangers, Astros. Glenn Otto and Justin Verlander. Astros and Yanks have the same record now. Astros minus 330. Rangers plus 265. Over under 7.5. Overs even money. Unders minus 122. Rangers plus 1.5 is plus 116. Astros minus 1.5 is minus 140. For this game, I'm going to go Astros first half run line. Minus 1.5 at plus 114. 8:30, Cardinals, Rockies. Jose Quintana and Kyle Freeland. Cardinals minus 164, Rockies plus 138, over under 11.5. Overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Cardinals minus 1.5 and Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 110 each way. I'm going to go with the Rockies run line plus 1.5 at minus 110 to 46.7 according to ESPN Analytics to win the game. 9:30 of the Pirates at the Diamondbacks, Mitch Keller and Madison Bumgarner. Diamondbacks are minus 162, Pirates are plus 136, over under 8.5, overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 150, D-backs minus 1.5 is plus 125. For this one, I'm going to go with the under. I don't feel good about it, even though it's minus 118, but it wouldn't stun me. And last but not least, the Twins at the Dodgers, Sonny Gray, Ryan Papuai. Dodgers minus 162, Twins plus 136, over under 9, minus 10 each way. Twins plus 1.5 is minus 142, Dodgers minus 1.5 is plus 118. I like the under a lot. Papuai's been good for the Dodgers. Sonny Gray's been really good for Minnie. All right, now move on to the WNBA. We will recap the slate from yesterday and look ahead to today. Storm over the Sky, 111-100. Seattle, 21-13. Chicago, 25-9. Brianna Stewart, 25 points, 9 boards. Courtney Vandersloot, 28 and 7 assists. Aces over the Dream, 97-90. The Aces are 24 and 10. Atlanta's 14 and 20. Aja Wilson, 24 points, 14 boards. And Erica Wheeler at 17 for Atlanta. Sun over the Sparks, 97-71. Connecticut, 23 and 11. LA, 13 and 21. Jaquel Jones, 21 points and 10 boards. And Brittany Sykes had 18 and 7 boards for LA. 2 games today. 8 o'clock, you have the Liberty at the Wings. Dallas has clinched. The Liberty need this game. They're a half game back of the 8 seed. And they're 1 back of 7th. So they still have a shot. The Wings are favored in this matchup by 4.5. Total's 162.5. I'm going to do it again. I'm taking New York plus the 4.5. I don't know if they'll win outright. Plus 172 is a juicy money line, which I like. But the Liberty have a lot on the line. I like them here. And then 10 o'clock in the CBS Sports Network, you have the Lynx at the Mercury. Both these teams have a lot on the line. Minnesota's tied with the Liberty, and Phoenix is in the 7th spot right now. Minnesota's favored by 4.5 on the road. Total's 163.5. I'm taking Phoenix at home plus the 4.5. I think they're going to win. They're plus 164 to win outright. All right, now move on to the Major League Soccer All-Star Game, which will take place tonight. The game will be on ESPN. It's the MLS All-Stars against the Liga MX All-Stars. 8:30 on ESPN. The game will take place in Minnesota. So I don't see the All-Star Game on here in terms of betting, which sucks. So I'm trying to find the rosters here. Here we go. So the MLS All-Stars, you have from the hosting Minnesota United FC, Dane St. Clair. From NYCFC, Sean Johnson. From the Philadelphia Union, Andre Blake. Those are your goalkeepers. Your defensive forwards, your defenders, Walker Zimmerman of Nashville SC. DeAndre Yedlin from Inter Miami CF. Kai Wagner of the Philadelphia Union. Diego Palacios of LAFC. Kamal Miller of CF Montreal. Aaron Long of the Red Bulls. Jacob Glesnes of the Philadelphia Union. And Julian Arujo of the LA Galaxy. The middle fielders, Eli Sanchez of LAFC, Emmanuel Reynoso of hosting Minnesota United FC, Darlington Nagbe of the Columbus Crew, Haney Mukhtar of Nashville SC, Carlos Gil of the New England Revolution, Sebastian Druisi of Austin FC, and Luciano Acosta of FC Cincinnati. And the forwards, Carlos Vela of LAFC, Raul Rialdez of Seattle Sounders, Jordan Morris of the Seattle Sounders, Javier Hernandez of LA Galaxy, Taxi Fontes of DC United, Jesus Ferreira of FC Dallas, Paul Arola of FC Dallas, and Brandon Vasquez of FC Cincinnati. And the head coach is Adrian Heath of the Minnesota United. And the Liga MX All-Stars. The goalkeepers, Camilo Vargas of Altas, Oscar Istari of Pachuca, and Carlos Acevedo of Santos Laguna. Defenders: Lisandro Lopez of Club Tujana, Gustavo Cabral of Pachuca, Juan Escobar of Cruz Azul, Hugo Nervo of Altas, Brian Angulo of Toluca, Luis Reyes of Altas, and Kevin Alvarez of Pachuca. Midfielders: Guido Pizarro of UANL, Julian Quinones of Altas, Luis Quinones of UANL, Victor Guzman of Pachuca, Luis Chavez of Pachuca, Eric Liora of Cruz Azul, Fernando Beltran of Guadalajara, Aviles Hurtado of Pachuca, Alexis Vega of Guadalajara, Alvaro Fidalgo of America, and Aldo Rocha of Altas. And the forwards: Herberto Jardo of Necaxa, Julio Furch of Altas, Juan Dineno of UNAM, Herman Bertiami of Monterrey, and Uriel Antuna of Cruz Azul. And the coach will be Diego Cocha of Altas. So a pick for this game, I'm going to go with the MLS All-Stars. I think they're more talented. You have all the best players playing. You have very strong goalkeepers and defenders. So the flags will indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules, and the players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. So some interesting notes there. So for this game, I'm going to go with the MLS All-Stars. I'm going to say 3-1 MLS as the final score. If I had to pick an MVP of this game, this is a good one. There are so many talented players in this game. I'm going to go with Carlos Vela of LAFC. He won the better forwards in this All-Star game. All right, now we'll move on to the Little League World Series. We'll touch on some of the regional action. Williamsport begins next week. So I'm going to go by regions and go over the games for tonight. All right, so this is the Great Lakes region bracket. You have Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, and Ohio. So Hinsdale, Illinois, Hagerstown, Indiana, London, Kentucky, Grosse Pointe Farms, Michigan, and Hamilton, Ohio. So Saturday, August 6th, you had Kentucky over Illinois 5-4 and Indiana over Michigan 6-2. Sunday, Kentucky over Ohio 7-6, and Michigan over Illinois 6-3. Monday, you had Ohio over Michigan 8-6. Tuesday on ESPN, you had Indiana over Kentucky 3-1, which was last night. And you have tonight going Kentucky and Ohio, which is the loser bracket final. The winner of this game will move on to face Indiana in the Great Lakes Regional Final tomorrow night. So you have Kentucky against Ohio. So in this bracket, Ohio was given a bye. Because in the Illinois-Kentucky winner had to face Ohio in the second round. And so Kentucky won to take on Ohio. Illinois went to the losers bracket, lost. And then Kentucky and Ohio rematch here. So, usually the rematch tends to go in the other team's favor. So, I'm going to say Ohio wins and will take on Indiana in the Great Lakes Regional Tournament Final tomorrow night. So, I'm going to go with Ohio in that match. The new Metro region. So the teams in it: Fairfield, Connecticut; Toms River, New Jersey; Massapequa, New York; and Cumberland, Rhode Island. 4 teams. So Saturday, New York over New Jersey 63, Connecticut over Rhode Island 3-1. Losers bracket game: New Jersey over Rhode Island 3-2. Winners bracket game: New York over Connecticut 7-5. New York, Connecticut was Monday. New Jersey, Rhode Island was Sunday. And there were no games yesterday. So today, you have the loser bracket final between New Jersey and Connecticut. These teams have not faced off yet. New York's won every game so far. And then both these teams lost to New York. So it's going to be interesting. So Toms River, New Jersey, we know the history. We know Todd Frazier. So, of course, they're going to be showing that. And then so the winner, like I said, the winner of this game will face New York. Tough one. I'm going to go with New Jersey because I feel like they usually get to the final. So I'm going to say New Jersey over Connecticut, and then New Jersey will take on New York Friday night in the Metro Regional Final for the right to go to Williamsport. Mid-Atlantic, you have 4 teams: Wilmington, Delaware; Williamsport, Maryland; Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania; and Washington, D.C. So the opening round Saturday: Pennsylvania over Washington, D.C. 7-3, and Delaware over Maryland 2-1. Monday, D.C. over Maryland 12-5, as Maryland was eliminated. D.C. moved on. And then on ESPN yesterday, Delaware over Pennsylvania 5-4 in the winners bracket game. So elimination game between Pennsylvania and D.C. on ESPN today at 1 o'clock Eastern. So these 2 teams faced off earlier in the tournament on Saturday. And Pennsylvania won. And D.C. bounces back big and beats Maryland. Pennsylvania barely loses to Delaware. So, for the pick here, I'm going to go Pennsylvania to the final to take on Delaware in a rematch. The Midwest region. You have a big group: Davenport, Iowa; Pittsburgh, Kansas; Coon Rapids, Minnesota; Webb City, Missouri; Kearney, Nebraska, Fargo, North Dakota, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Kenosha, Wisconsin. Friday, this tournament began August 5th. North Dakota over Minnesota 5-2, Missouri over South Dakota 5-4, Iowa over Kansas 10-3, Wisconsin over Nebraska 9-0. Saturday, losers bracket game. Minnesota over South Dakota 5-4, and another losers bracket game. Kansas over Nebraska 7-0. Sunday we had winter bracket games. Missouri over North Dakota 17-7, and Iowa over Wisconsin 3-2. Monday we had winners bracket and losers bracket. Or no, these are loser bracket games now. Monday, August 8th, Minnesota over Wisconsin 3-1, and North Dakota over Kansas 10-6. And then yesterday, North Dakota over Minnesota 12-3. And then today we have on ESPN at 11 a.m., so about to get underway in about an hour, you have Missouri and Iowa. So Missouri and Iowa, both the teams won the first round, and then won in the second round. Now they face off for the right to take on North Dakota in the the loser takes on North Dakota. The winner goes to the final. So I had to make sure of that. So the loser is not eliminated. The loser just has to play North Dakota. So Missouri and Iowa, both these teams have been very impressive. But I just think Missouri's been a little bit more impressive. So I'm going to go with Missouri to the final, and Iowa will play North Dakota tomorrow morning on ESPN. The Mountain Region. 4 teams in it: Billings, Montana; Henderson, Nevada; Santa Clara, Utah; and Gillette, Wyoming. Sunday, Nevada over Montana 4-2, and Utah over Wyoming 7-4. Monday, losers bracket game: Montana over Wyoming 11-0, and then winners bracket game yesterday: Utah over Nevada 5-4. No games scheduled for today, and then Montana, Nevada, that will be held tomorrow, where the winner will face off against Utah in the final. The New England region. You have 4 teams: Bangor, Maine; Middleborough, Massachusetts; Concord, New Hampshire; and Brattleboro, Vermont. So Saturday, New England regional quarterfinal: Maine over Vermont 3-0, and Massachusetts over New Hampshire 1-0. Sunday, losers bracket game: New Hampshire over Vermont 2-0. And then yesterday, semifinal: Maine over Massachusetts 10-4. And no games were played yesterday. And then today, 1 o'clock on ESPN, you have New Hampshire against Massachusetts. The winner will take on Maine in the New England regional final. Massachusetts beat New Hampshire 1-0 last time they faced off. But Massachusetts is coming off that crushing loss to Maine. I think New Hampshire has what it takes. So I'm going to go with New Hampshire today to face off against Maine in the regional final. Northwest region. 4 teams: Anchorage, Alaska; Lewiston, Idaho; Bend, Oregon; and Bonnie Lake, Washington. So, Washington over Oregon 10-1, and Idaho over Alaska 3-1 was Saturday. Losers bracket game: Oregon over Alaska 12-2. Winners bracket game semifinal: Washington over Idaho 9-6. No games yesterday, and there's one game today on ESPN You have the losers bracket game between Oregon and Idaho. This is a tough call. Oregon got crushed and then crushed a team. Meanwhile, Idaho won a close game, lost a close game. So I'm going to go with Idaho here to move on to take on Washington in the Northwest Regional Final tomorrow for the right to go to Williamsport. The Southeast region. This tournament just got finished. It was a bunch of teams. Sylacauga, Alabama, Tampa, Florida, Harris County, Georgia, Durham, North Carolina, Taylor, South Carolina, Nolensville, Tennessee, South Riding, Virginia, and Bridgeport, West Virginia. So Thursday, August 4th, South Carolina over Florida 2-1, Tennessee over Alabama 1-0, Georgia over West Virginia 12-0, and Virginia over North Carolina 4-3. Friday, loser bracket games. And some winner bracket games as well. Florida over Alabama 17-1, North Carolina over West Virginia 6-5, Tennessee over South Carolina 3-0, and Georgia over Virginia 2-1. Saturday, some elimination games. Virginia over Florida 7-1, and North Carolina over South Carolina 5-4. Sunday, Virginia over North Carolina 6-4, and Tennessee over Georgia 9-3. Monday, losers bracket game, Virginia over Georgia 4-1, and then the final yesterday, Tennessee over Virginia 5-2 as Tennessee punched its ticket to Williamsport. The Southwest region finished up yesterday. It was a bunch of teams. Whitehall, Arkansas, Glen Springs, Colorado, Kenner, Louisiana, Starkville, Mississippi, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And there's two Texas leagues. Texas East, which is Pearland, Texas, and Texas West, which is Abilene, Texas. So, Thursday, August 4th, Mississippi over New Mexico 7-1, Texas East over Arkansas 14-2, Oklahoma over Colorado 10-0, Texas West over Louisiana 4-3. Friday, Arkansas over New Mexico 9-3, Louisiana over Colorado 8-4, Texas East over Mississippi 6-4, and Texas West over Oklahoma 3-2. Saturday, loser bracket games. Oklahoma over Arkansas 15-7, and Mississippi over Louisiana 7-5. Sunday, Oklahoma over Mississippi 4-3, and then the semifinal, Texas East over Texas West 9-0. And then the loser bracket final, Oklahoma over Texas West 2-1. And then last night was the Southwest Regional Finals. Texas East defeats Oklahoma 9-4. So Texas East is on to Williamsport. And the West region. 4 teams. You have Arizona, Peoria, Arizona, Honolulu, Hawaii, Rockland, California, which is Northern California, and then Southern California, I have Glendora, California. All right, so the regular, quarterfinals would be Northern California over Arizona 5-0 and Hawaii over Southern California 3-0. And then the loser bracket, you had Arizona over Southern California 7-6. And then you had the semifinal in Hawaii over Northern California 13-3. And then the loser bracket final will be today at 6 o'clock on ESPN2 between Arizona and Northern California for the right to take on Hawaii on Friday night. So it's actually 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, so that's my mistake. I think Northern California is going to blow away in the rematch. They beat them 5-0 last time, and then Zona bounced back and beat Southern California. And then Northern California got their butts kicked against Hawaii. So that's the only thing that makes me nervous here. But I'm going to go with Northern California, but I do not feel good about it at all. So I'm quickly going to talk about the international region tournaments and who won each one. So the Asia Pacific tournament, it was Guam, Korea, Hong Kong, New Zealand, Taiwan, the Philippines, and Taiwan came out on top. The Australia region, you had Hills, Adelaide Marlins, Brisbane North, Canberra Twins, and Korean Cats. And then Pool B was a bunch of different teams. Coastal Bay Sharks, Southern Mariners, Newcastle, Brisbane Metro, the Adelaide Seahawks, and the Ride Hawks. So Brisbane North wins the Australia region. The Canada region, you had, and that's still going. You have Alberta, Atlantic, BC, Ontario, Prairies, Quebec, and RMLL, who's hosting the tournament. So today you have a couple games, Atlantic and RMLL, Quebec and Prairies, and Ontario and BC. So BC looks like the team to beat right now in that tournament. The Caribbean region, you had two groups. You had Group A, Aruba, and Curacao A, and Dominican Republic B. And then you had Cuba, Curacao B, and Dominican Republic A. And Curacao A won the group to go to Williamsport. The Europe-Africa region, a big group, you had Austria, Croatia, Czech Republic, Italy, Netherlands, Spain, Switzerland, Ukraine, and the UK. Italy wins that. The Japan region, you have Anjo, Ahim Kujo, Hirakata, Hirosuyuka, Hiroshima Akai, Matsumoto Minami, Maegi, Misawa, Musashi Fuchu, Nagasaki, Omaya Higashi, and your winner of the Japan region was Takarazuka, as they'll be going to Williamsport. The Latin America region, you had Costa Rica, Honduras, Nicaragua B, and Venezuela. And Nicaragua B moves on, as they were the host city. The Panama region, which is new this year, so the Agua Dulce was the crowned the winners for that region. And in the Puerto Rico region, you have Guaynabo, Arroyo, Caguas JB, Cayey, Guayama, Husky Blue, Husky Reds, Loiza, Rexville, and Sabana Grande. Guaynabo was the winner of that region, as they're on to Williamsport. So a lot of Little League talk that we had to catch up on. Now move on to golf. Sorry, that took a really long time. we're going to quickly go over the tee times for the Northern Trust. I'm just going to go through notables. 8:15, Trey Willonox, Matthew Neesmith, Brandon Wu, Gary Woodland, Brendan Todd, Bayo Hostler. 8:26, Taylor Moore, Cam Davis, Mark Leachman, Troy Merritt, and Yerbon Lahiri, James Huff, John Huff. 8:37, Alex Mully, Alex Loren, Chesner V, Chris Kirk, Adam Hadwin. 8:48, Saibu Kim, JT Potson, Joaquin Neiman, Victor Hovland, Tyrell Hatton, Mackenzie Hughes. 8:59, Sebastian Munoz, Kurt Katayama, Lucas Herbert, Max Homa, Jordan Spieth, Matt Fitzpatrick. 9:10, Cam Young, Justin Thomas, Ryan Henley, Keegan Bradley, Tony Finau, Maverick McGilly. 9:21, J.J. Spawn, Sam Burns, Aaron Weiss, Scotty Scheffler, Cam Triangle, Cam Smith, Sam Ryder is in the 9:32 slate with Lucas Hodges, Martin Laird, Sam Piercy, Jonathan Vegas. 9:43, Max McGreevy, Callum Tarrant, Grayson Sigg, Nate Watney, Michael Thompson, and Ryan Palmer. 9:54, Doug Gibb, Nate Taylor, Webb Simpson, Lucas Glover, Jason Day, Robert Streb. Afternoon session, 1 o'clock, Mark Hubbard, Kevin Strowman, Russell Knox, Adam Putnam, Davis Lipsky, Peter Malnati. 1:11, Joel Dahman, Chad Ramey, Wyndham Clark, Patrick Rogers, Adam Scott, and Adam Long. 1:22, Harold Varner III, Christian Ziedenhout, Brian Harmon, Brendan Steele, Matt Kuchar, Emiliano Grillo. 1:33, Colin Morikawa, Davis Riley, Seamus Power, Dylan McCarthy, Scott Stallings, Kai-Young-Gu Lee. 1:44, John Rahm, C. Thiglia, Taylor Hogue, Mito Pereira, Keith Mitchell, Brett Horschel, Will Torres is in 1:55 with Sungjae Im, Sepp Straka, Kevin Kisner, and Hideki Matsuyama. 2:06, Xander Schauffele, Corey Connors, Rory McIlroy, Shane Lowry, Luke List, Patrick Cantlay. 2:17, Aaron Ray, Stefan Yeager, Adam Schenk, Cheng Pong, Adam Svensson, and Danny Lee. 2:28, Vincent Whaley, Justin Rose, James Hahn, Dylan Fratelli, Chasen Hadley. 2:39, Patton Kazir, Tyler Duncan, Matthias Schwab, Kevin Tway, Stuart Singh. 2:50, you have Kramer Hickok and Ricky Fowler. So for this tournament, I'm going to go with somebody that I think is due to come through. He's come close in a lot of these tournaments, but I think he may have a moment here at the Northern Trust. So I'm going to go with somebody that is 29-1. I'm surprised he's this low, and I'm going to go with Jordan Spieth to win this tournament. I'm going to lay 1/10 of a unit on Jordan Spieth. All right, now I'll move on to news and notes. I'm going to try to hurry up with this. So yesterday we talked about the Hard Knocks and Aiden Hutchinson performing a Michael Jackson song. It was Billie Jean. I just couldn't think of what song it was. And that was pretty cool. Marshawn Lynch arrested because he was charged with DUI by Las Vegas police after being stopped Tuesday morning. So that is unfortunate. Frank Gore charged with simple assault in connection to a domestic violence investigation. So that's not great either. Some NFL rumors. There's no trade partner for Jimmy G, so a release is likely. That's what Bobby said the other day on the show when I had him on. And Panthers still undecided with their quarterback. That's not what we heard. Sean McVay got a new contract extension as the Rams will wait to announce it after a new deal with Les Snead is done. Jameis Winston considered day-to-day as he avoids a serious injury after spraining his foot, but won't play in the preseason in the opener. His preseason's not over, hopefully, for his sake. Mekhi Becton's season may be over as he has a broken right kneecap that will likely end the season. That is unfortunate for the Jets. The Browns fear that Jakeem Grant Jr. has suffered a torn Achilles. That is a brutal loss for their special teams, if that are to be the case. ESPN rejects a $2 billion Big Ten offer. The network officially won't televise Big Ten football and hoops after declining a 7-year, $380 million per year package. So that's crazy. And some bad news in college football. Wake Forest quarterback Sam Hartman will miss time due to a non-football related medical condition. That is brutal for Wake Forest. I didn't even think about doing win totals yet. For college football, but that might throw a factor into it now. Some baseball stuff. Tim Anderson out 4 to 6 weeks as he may need surgery from a torn ligament in his hand. That is brutal news for the White Sox. Chris Sale out for the season after undergoing wrist surgery after a bike accident. That's just silly. Hopefully Chris Sale's okay, but I feel like we always see these types of injuries in sports. The Blue Jays signed Jackie Bradley Jr. after being released from the Red Sox last week, so that's a good depth piece for Toronto. Some soccer news. Toronto FC announces that forward Lorenzo Insigne will miss the All-Star Skills Challenge due to a family medical situation, so he had to miss out on that yesterday. And more soccer news. World Cup opening day changed as it will play on November 20th, so Qatar can play first. Hockey news. Max Pacioretty to miss 6 months as he's going to get surgery to repair a torn Achilles. So that's a brutal loss for the Canes. One of their better acquisitions, I thought. Maple Leafs legend George Salming announces that he's been diagnosed with ALS. That's really sad. Hopefully he gets well soon and the hockey world's going to be thinking of him. Basketball. LeBron had a meeting with the Lakers. LeBron wants cohesion. The new coach wants to run the offense through Anthony Davis. And Rob Pelinka wants to be patient with some roster moves. Kyrie Irving denies discontent report as Kyrie's agent disputes New York Post report that he hates Steve Nash and Sean Marks. Someone's lying here. So Ben Simmons made a tweet on the rumors as he responds to his name being thrown around on Twitter yesterday. As he tweets slow news day with a laughing crying emoji. So some tough news for the Dallas Wings as Enrique Ongumbali will miss the rest of the season and first round of the postseason after having successful core muscle surgery. So that is brutal. So she's going to be done for the year. I don't see how they go far without Ongumbali. That's just bad news for them. Last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. So For my best bet today, I'm going to go with what I had on Monday, the over in the Cubs-Nats game. It's up to minus 118. So I'm going to go with the quarter unit on it instead. Over 7.5 between the Nats and the Cubs. So that's it for today's show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything that goes on today. Looking at everything tomorrow. We'll go over the early leaderboard for the Northern Trust. And obviously news and notes and best bet too. And NFL preseason football tomorrow as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.